divorce or keep trying. Good evening, everyone. I, 26M, and my wife, 25F, have been married for 4.5 years and together for about 6 years. I met my wife online on a language exchange app when we were both 18. My wife is from Colombia. We messaged each other multiple times a week, and when she turned 19, she came to the U.S. on a work visa as a nanny in Florida. I was in the military reserves and was stationed down there for training, and we met and started dating. In early 2020, we decided to get married as her visa was running out, and I did not want to lose her, and I was in love with her. We got married and moved in, and she relocated to my state as well from Florida. We were long distance when my 6 months of training ended. Things were tough, but we made it work as she could not work legally. During that time, my savings were drained from about $15K in the bank to $0 and $5K in credit card debt. I was making about $43,000 a year then and in an average cost city. A lot of this was her taking trips to Florida and us spending recklessly, which is also my fault. We decided to move in with my parents in 2021 to save money and pay off debt. By the end of 2021, we paid off the debt, and she started working as well as a waitress. We saved up about $10K, and all debt was paid off. My wife said that she wanted to get a plastic surgery in Colombia, which I told her that I did not want her to do, but she did it as she felt she needed it. That put us back down to $5,000 and made me upset. Once she came back, things got worse between us, and we decided to separate. It's hard to fit this all in here, but her and my parents were not getting along well and would often argue with her and how much money she would spend, mostly on designer clothes and other material things. We were separated for a couple months, but decided to get back together, but not live together and date. We did this until about April of 2023, and that is when we moved back in together and got our own apartment. We initially had a plan that she would help contribute a small portion of the rent, but she would always say that she couldn't that month, and I accepted it and was just happy that we were back together. She then left her server job at a local Mexican restaurant and started working at Hooters. She worked there for a couple months and then told me that she started working at a strip club as a dancer. I was not happy with that, of course, and I did not know about it as I worked night shifts, so I would not have known. My wife said that she needed to make as much money as she could and that her family in Colombia needed help, and that she also spends a lot of money. Keep in mind that at that point she had no bills besides her phone bill and gas for her paid-off car, which my parents gave her. It was a cheap car, but it was reliable. She also grew her lifestyle as her made more money and got a Mercedes SUV and spend more on designers. My wife told me that she wanted to do this to save money to go to nursing school and plan to start the next semester. I told her that while I do not like her job, I understand for the time being if that would help you go to school. I even got her a $1,200 MacBook for school. Keep in mind at this point my salary also went up to about $70,000. To make a long story short, she never enrolled in school and always made an excuse about starting at the local community college. Always some paperwork error type excuse. With it now being almost 2025, I'm starting to get fed up. She missed this semester again. She also, as of June, has been living in a different city for half the week about 2 hours away. The club that she worked at fired her because she got into a fight with another girl. One of her friends has an apartment in Charlotte, which she stays at. She also helps her with half the rent. I also forgot to mention that she has been sending money home to renovate an apartment in Colombia this past year. She said that her mom would stay there. Every time we talk finances, she always gets upset and does not want to be stressed. She always, and especially recently, has been saying that she is not making enough money and has been asking me for more and more help. I, for example, paid her reputation and property tax for her car and transferred several $100s to her account to pay her credit cards that she said she could not pay. I asked her where her money goes, and she said that life is too expensive. I don't know how much she makes, but I know it's a lot. She says somewhere around 6-8K a month, which seems accurate. I know she could make more some months, less others. A lot of this money goes to her going on trips with her girlfriend S, or it goes home. Today she approached me before I left for work and asked if I could give her gas money for when she comes home on my days off. I was getting fed, but as I pay for everything, when we go out for dinner or whatever, I pay it every time. She never offers to help or pay. I told her no, and that you live here, and that she should stop going to the other city as much, if you don't want to pay the gas. She told me that she then could not come on my days off as she couldn't afford the gas. Keep in mind that I often fill her car when we're off. She said that she would need $60 each week for gas. I told her that I could not do that, and that I pay for everything else already besides her car payment. She also said that she was upset that I did not pay her oil change today for her. I did send her the money, but feel like she is taking advantage of me. My family also see this and tell me to be careful. I love her and we get along great, but I do not feel that this is a partnership. Every time I try to talk to her about the relationship, and she gets hostile and says that she doesn't want to be stressed out when she comes here. I just want to see what your opinion is of this, and if there is hope or if I should end this. I should note that we have no kids or common pets and we rent. Thanks everyone, and sorry for the long post. It's just a lot to type, and I'm sure I missed something, lol. P.S. I'm also deploying with the military next year overseas. She said that she is okay with and would support me emotionally during that. She also said that while I'm gone, she would live with her friend in the other city. She also basically begged me to buy her the MacBook. It wouldn't let me go back and edit.